Okay, that is happening, but it's not affecting me right now. You know, we're going to create our local community to a better situation. Start creating...
mostly it's not exactly happening the way they're telling us it is anyways.
It isn't,
so, I mean, why are we paying for these lies?
Yeah, and I like the way you put that. Why are we paying for these lies? Because we are.
I mean, it's simple. Everyone wants to complain about the media lying to us. I mean, the solution's really easy. Stop paying for it, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
They're forced to change, or we take over, right?
Yeah, and well, you know, as we talked about before, we have to ask the question, what do we want, our reality or theirs? Theirs is politically, monetary, governed and power over the people, and ours is, hey, we want a little freer society. Here we want to be able to believe what we want, but without being told, oh, you're going to be damned and go to hell forever for believing a different way than a particular organization wants you to believe or something. But the fact is, more people are becoming free like this. I get so many emails every day, hundreds of them, and they're talking about this. How do we free ourselves from this? And I said, well, you already have, in a way, by thinking about it. By simply thinking, I need to make a change. Start living for you. Start living for your family. Don't get all stressed out over what you hear on the news, because 99% of the time it's not right. It's a fear-mongering that they're throwing at you to keep you confused, to keep you in a fear factor, instead of learning how to live in the light and be happy with your life and the things that you have now.
They benefit greatly keeping us in that fear vibration, don't they?
Yeah, they're great at doing it.
Yeah,
you know,
and we're great at giving it up and letting them do it.
That's exactly right. You know, but those of us that turn around and see what's happening, we go, oh, here we go again. Yeah. And you know what happens? It happens every generation or two. Then they create a situation where it's going to go crazy. And then the fear kicks in deeper and deeper and deeper. First it was a war, and now, blam. If anybody out there is listening, check out this, the Iron Mountain Report. And with that said, we're going to a break.
All right, awesome, White Crow, thank you. Hold that right there. We will be right back. WilliamWhiteCrow.com on Truth Brigade Radio. All right, welcome back. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. Truth Brigade on AmericanFreedomRadio.com with Shaman, Seer, Healer, and Teacher William White Crow. WilliamWhiteCrow.com is the website. White Crow, let's get into dream journeys a little bit. Can you describe what exactly a dream journey is?
Well, you know, to me, a dream journey is reality.
That's
the way I feel about it. You know,
maybe we're dreaming now.
Huh?
Maybe we're dreaming now.
Well, in a sense, we are, because this world. Let's get to the point here. In our ways and everything, the dream world is a real world, okay? And it is a world where we can make our decisions in the right way, because when we're in the spirit, and we don't have this physical body, in a sense, you know, because our consciousness is down, our subconscious is up, and it can interact with the spirit. This is where reality really is. This is where the creation of things.
We're not bound by the restraints of the physical and the ego.
Exactly. And the ego is a big thing. We want to turn around and look at ourselves as human beings. I am no different than you. I am no different than anybody out there. I just went through different experiences. And that's what people have to understand. If a person really wants to live this type of life, and it is not an easy life, you're going to go through a lot of stuff, but that's reality. You know that on the other side. When we're in the spirit, we make better decisions, and this is in the dream world, than we do in this real world right here, because we have all these distractions. And living on a dream journey, you can do this. Everybody does this. It's probably actually the best thing that could ever happen to anybody, is they start having dream journeys. Now, as anybody, I can't just talk to everybody out there, wish I could, but the fact of the matter is, how many people of you out there have had a dream journey yourself, you know, where you've literally taken a journey and all of a sudden you realize you're back here? An unexpected
every
journey.
Night, every morning.
That's right. And it's usually in that time you wake up for a second, then you go back to sleep, and bam, it starts happening. Okay? Now, sometimes it happens with people like with shamans in the daytime. You'll be working, and all of a sudden something will hit you, and you're in a different world. You're not even standing in your yard fixing your flowers with the shovel in your hand anymore. You're watching scenes, seeing people, knowing what's going on, watching the future. things. That's how I get a lot of my information about what was going to happen in future events. As we were talking before, where I was telling people 5 years ahead of time that, we're going to have a major economic collapse, a housing collapse. We're going to go into a depression type situation. More control being thrown, and people are going, what? And I had people writing that down as I was saying it in broad daylight. I had no idea what was going on. I just knew I was in that journey, and I had to stay there.
I completely understand. How can us laymen's, learn to utilize or maybe bring about that dream state at will?
Well, the best thing to do is start taking time out for yourself. And when you feel something come up in your daily lives, and all of a sudden you start what I call going through it's a shifting of your consciousness. Let it go. Let it go. Follow it. See where it goes. It's going to take you on a fantastic journey. There is no doubt about that. There are ceremonies where people sit down and do it, but I advise people, like I said, anybody can do the things I do and more. And even Jesus said that. You can do the things I do and more if you but have the faith and believe that it can be done here. Yeah. He didn't say in any particular saying. He said you got to have faith that this is going to happen, that you can do this.
Yeah, he didn't say you have to belong to a certain church or take a certain pill. He didn't preach
religion at all. Yeah, he never preached religion or anything like that at all. He was teaching people how to get in contact with themselves and find this balance between themselves and the spirit.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What are the types of information and such that you retrieve when doing a dream journey?
Well, a lot of times I deal with people. I have done readings for people and things of that nature quite a bit. It's helped me in missing person cases. It's helped me with helping individuals themselves in their life. It's really unlimited on what it's done to help me, in the line of work I've done, because before I work with somebody, I go on a journey with them. I watch them in their daily lives. I feel their emotions, what they're going through, and this dream journey you go through, you will also see abstract events, representations of other things that are going to happen too.
Okay, so what about soul retrieval?
Soul retrieval is very important.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, a lot of people, especially in this world in this time right now, just feel that they're lost. They really are.
Not me.
Not most people, right? They're lost in...
I'm raising my hand.
I know. I got people in this room doing the same thing. But this is the deal right here. We lose who we are. We lose, our soul. It basically escapes. We've got to take a journey at that point. And this is where I recommend find a good shaman, okay? It's good to have help doing this, because if you've really lost this aspect of you need the help to find it. And many cultures call it, they take a journey to the lower world. And this is not hell or anything. We emerged, according to the Navajos and everything, from a world under to come out into this world. And we can talk more about that.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a journey.
Yeah, we have another short break here. I'm so sorry, but
not a problem.
I gotta pay the bills so you can have all these free shows on AmericanFreedomRadio.com. We will be right back after this short break with William Whitecrow on Truth Brigade Radio. All right, welcome back. Thanks so much for joining us here, top of the second hour with William Whitecrow on Truth Brigade Radio tonight. And Whitecrow, we just have a few short minutes here, so if you would, please continue.
Okay, basically, let's get right down to it. Live moment to moment here. People need to understand. And turn around and look at yourself. Laugh at yourself every once in a while, These are things we're forgetting to do because we're all bogged down with everything. And living and understanding who you are, really, and the aspects that we've already talked about up to this point, is learning to rebalance your life. Learning how to turn around and say, who am I really? What are my likes? What are my dislikes? I am not connected to this matrix anymore. I'm breaking away. I'm going to create something for myself here, something new. I want to help people. I want to have a good community. And that's where you begin doing everything.
Yeah, every time you do something or go against your essence or do something you really don't want to do just because, you think you're supposed to, aren't you giving up a piece of your soul?
Well, you're giving up a lot of yourself here, you know, and your soul is a very own thing. And when we're going to the lower world to turn around and help somebody retrieve their soul, what we do, we take them down in this vision, and we have them grasp. You'll see your spirit. It'll come to you in many different forms, shall we say. And I've taken people on this journey before, and when they see this thing the fourth time, they grab it and they hold it to them, and then we come back out fairly quick. And then the ceremony will end at that point where they bring it back. It's much more in-depth. It is much more detailed than this and everything, the ceremony and the process. But that's pretty much it in a nutshell, how we do it. But it is very important for people to understand they can lose themselves. They can lose their spirit, their soul, that aspect of them that helps them become balanced within their existence.
What are some of the triggering, what's associated with soul fragmentation or soul lost? I mean, how can we lose pieces of our soul?
We can become depressed to the point where it just goes, you know. Really, a lot of the things, and I believe in a lot of the mental institutions and things like that, we got people in there that have went through this, and they just need to get back in line, shall we say. I've worked with a lot of mental patients and everything, and this soul fragmentation is very bad. It's happening to people even in your industry right now, and it's most unfortunate because when this happens, a lot of people don't recognize it's happening. Some of the key factors into it is you're losing your emotional touch with everything. You're losing your consciousness, meaning your conscious ability to stay focused in your daily life. Your emotions and things for people seem to be waning and falling away, and you're becoming more dark in nature. And this is when you start really realizing that there is a problem arising, and it's probably well on its way.
And, I guess is it fair to say that, throughout certain traumatic circumstances through one's life, that people who maybe proclaim to have power over a certain individual can also get a hold of those soul pieces?
Yes. And these are very dark individuals, and anytime I find these type of individuals, this is where the war between that which is good and that is darkness comes into play. It's happening every single day out there in our world. It's happening in corporations. Basically, that's how our government is run, by the fear aspect of it. And what we try to do is help individuals get away from that. It's very important that we don't get caught in that aspect of life.
And it's very important that there's people like you that can help as well. Now, what about spiritual entities and attachments? Maybe
all the time.
So it's not. Here we go.
No problem.
It's that time again.
That's okay.
Right back with a much longer segment with our special guest, William Whitecrow. WilliamWhitecrow.com is the website, so stay tuned. Truth Brigade Radio. Much for joining us here tonight. Truth Brigade on AmericanFreedomRadio.com with our special guest tonight, William Whitecrow, talking about dream journeys and more. To learn more about Whitecrow, you can go to WilliamWhitecrow.com, or if you're on Facebook, just search for the name William Whitecrow, and then of course, what's the William Whitecrow Enterprises? There it is, William Whitecrow Enterprises Inc. on Facebook to stay up to date with all of the new changes at the website and making the CDs and such available. I think to get a catalog, Whitecrow, they should email you.
Yeah, just email me at WilliamWhitecrow@yahoo.com.
Okay, WilliamWhitecrow@yahoo.com to get a catalog or make friends on Facebook. Okay, for questions or comments tonight, please feel free to give us a call, 402-237-2525. That's 402-AFR-2525. And if you'd like to join us in the text chat, our beautiful little star family, that's over at truthbrigade.com. Whitecrow, so, okay, as far as soul fragmentation and soul retrieval, a lot of this is going on in the spiritual plane, but to my understanding, it's also going on the physical or material plane.
Definitely. Actually, it's happening more here now than it ever has before. This is a very, very important time in history, and people need to really realize that right now. Humans right now are either going to make it or break it. The planet's always going to be here. You know, we have to decide what we're going to do, what direction we're going to go. You know, and that's how I like that little song that was playing just before we came back on. Take it easy. Find a place and make your stand. You know, and don't even try to understand. You know,